At a time when so many Americans across the political spectrum apply strict purity tests to our politicians, demanding they toe the line on just about every issue, at a time when so often compromise is portrayed as weakness, Harry had a different view. He didn't believe in highfalutin theories or rigid ideologies. He thought most people make decisions based on their life experience, based on the immediate needs of their families, based on their own self-interest, no matter what they may tell themselves. And as a result, Harry met people where they were, not where he wanted them to be. And he was willing to cut deals, even with folks he didn't agree with or particularly like. I heard Nancy Pelosi say she never heard Harry say anything bad about any of his colleagues. I don't know about that, Nancy. But he would work with them. I love Nancy, but But he would work with them if that's what it took to move things forward. In a battle between perfection and progress, Harry always chose progress. That pragmatism made Harry adaptable. When he first got to Washington, Harry's voting record wasn't so different from those who'd represented his state in the past, holding traditional positions on issues like gun rights, immigration, reproductive health. But as Nevada and the country changed, as Harry met more and more people from different walks of life and realized their struggles weren't that different from his family's had been in Searchlight, Harry's views on some of these issues changed as well. He didn't consider that a weakness. He understood that he wasn't always going to be right about everything. He knew how to listen and to learn. He was humble enough to admit when he had to change his mind and grow. And by the way, speaking from personal experience, it helps when you're married to somebody who's wiser and brighter than you. I know something about that. After Harry introduced a bill repealing birthright citizenship in the 1990s, for example, Landra pointed out that her own father had been a Russian immigrant. Later, Harry would say, "I came to the realization that I was way off base. I'm so glad she righted the ship." Now, of course, there are plenty of politicians who change their positions just because they want to get reelected. They've got their fingers out to the wind. They're interested in clinging to power for its own sake. But for Harry, the whole point of holding office, the whole point of wielding power, was to actually get things done on behalf of those he represented. During his time as leader, that is exactly what he did. He got things done. Without Harry, we would not have passed the Recovery Act, helping to prevent another Great Depression. Without Harry, we wouldn't have saved people's jobs, helped people stay in their homes. Without Harry, we would not have passed Wall Street reform, reining in some of the worst abuses of the financial industry. Without Harry, there would be no Affordable Care Act. People forget that there were many times during the debate over health care reform when it looked like nothing was going to get passed. But Harry, working with Nancy Pelosi in the House, working with then Vice President and now President, my partner in this fight, Joe Biden, Harry refused to give up.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.